Hi, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Karen. I'm an occupational therapist, and today I just wanted to hop on and talk about four common challenging areas that we have to deal with tweens and teens, especially those who have to deal with some issues with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADD, attention deficit disorder. So from a very young age, kiddos with ADHD or ADD struggle with self-regulation, organization, and emotional management issues. As they get older and have to deal with a lot of added issues like puberty, social challenges, and diminished communication skills and peer relationships, there are bound to be some conflicts in the house with parents and other family members. So when the children get older, they're no longer motivated by just pleasing mom and dad. You know, when they're little, they really want to see mom and dad smile and be proud of them. And so that's still there, but to a lesser extent as the children grow. They have also the issues with hormones in the mix as well. So let's think about all this. It's really important to maintain the relationship to ensure success now and then in the future as well. So we have to build a trusting relationship with our children, and the connection that we have with them is very, very important, and it'll help us as parents and the children to face the challenges that they face. So we're just going to quickly look at four common challenging areas. So the first one is disrespect. So sometimes it's not exactly what they say, but how it's said that's the problem. So when you see your child raising their voice or getting excited, it's so important not to go with them. So when they start building up and getting higher and higher, louder and louder, we, on the other hand, need to keep a cool head. So their reactivity is chemically based, and they need our help to learn how to manage it. They have all these chemicals in their bloodstream, in their hormones in their bloodstream that might help to increase the intensity of their emotion. And in these ages, it's really hard for them to learn how to manage that. And so they quickly go from 0 to 10. But it's our job to keep calm. It's our job to keep calm. And it may be that we're not even the issue at all. They may be scared. They may be overwhelmed. They may be embarrassed. A lot of things could be going on with them. Now, on top of that, that's a typically developing neurotypical child. On top of that, those who suffer with ADHD or ADD has a lot to contend with on top of all of that with the hormones. So we have to try to be supportive. We have to let them know that how they're communicating may not be acceptable, but we have to be able to do it in a supportive way, so that they know that they're loved, they're cared for, and that we're teaching them a better way to communicate. So you might say something like, okay, I see you're upset, I see you're disappointed, or I see you're a little angry. Let's find a better way to express that. Let's try it again. I give them another opportunity to do it better, or even model a better way of doing it. Okay, so number 2, disorganization. Most middle schoolers with ADHD have diminished or lessened organizational skills. The executive function of the brain in the frontal lobe is not fully developed, and they lose things, they forget things, and they're not very organized. Be supportive, yet again. Create an environment that allows them to feel okay making mistakes, because we all make mistakes. Admit to your own mistakes to let them know that they happen. And then also explain to them how you're going to fix it. So for example, you can say, oh wow, I forgot to stop at the store and pick up a dozen eggs this evening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note to myself to remind me to stop at the store tomorrow. So when they see that you also make mistakes or you forget sometimes, it'll help them to be more able to address the issue for themselves. So you can expect disorganization. It's going to happen. It's going to come. So try to redirect the behaviors without making the child feel bad. I mean, because they're feeling bad already. They're dealing with a lot. And so they're usually being called out for, whatever mistakes they're making. So they're already feeling bad. So remember to focus on the relationship. That's the most important part. Have compassion, have empathy, and to focus on the connection in the relationship. Okay, the third challenge is lack of follow-through. So again, the executive function of the frontal lobe is not really functioning the way it needs to. So there are challenges with attention, there are challenges with memory, and that interferes with follow-through. They're not being disrespectful when they don't do what you asked them to do. They probably really just forgot. They forgot. They forgot to do it. So make sure your child understands what the request is in the first place. Put strategies in place to bolster areas that are deficient. So if they need to make a list that they need to check through as they complete each item, then maybe that's what they need to do. Okay. The last one is managing emotions, and that's a big one. Meltdowns, overreactions, sensitivity, tears, and anger is common among tweens and teens. Management of emotional control starts with the parent. It's easy to fly off the handle with them, but we have to reclaim our brain. We have to reclaim our brain before responding to them and not rely solely on our own emotions. So deep breaths, counting down from 20, taking a short walk, getting a sip of water. We need to do whatever it works for us to help keep us calm and to help us process what's going on and to respond appropriately. Bring their tone of voice or their reaction to their attention. Because they're so caught up in the middle of it, they're not even realizing how inappropriate their reaction might be. So you can say, I know that you're upset again, but I really don't think you're trying to disrespect me. Let's think about how you can express yourself in a more appropriate way. I just want to highlight some essential oils because, I'm the oil lady. I'm an oily person, and I love to use essential oils, these wonderful gifts that God has given us to help us address a lot of issues that we may face. Peace and Calming is a wonderful oil, and it does just what it says. It evokes a peaceful and a calming mood or feeling. Lavender is very calming as well. There's a blend called Stress Away that's incredible that I use pretty much on a daily basis since I work with children and have children of my own. I use Stress Away on the back of my neck, and it smells wonderful, and it helps to just do just what it's called. Move away stress. Get away stress. Joy. Joy is something, an oil that I use, and it evokes emotions of not only calm but pleasant emotions, and it's called joy. I love my joy. I sometimes use it as a perfume, and I apply it to my neck and pulse points, and it smells beautiful. I always get compliments when I wear joy. Grounding is a good essential oil to use to help ground a young person. Right now they're dealing with a lot of emotions, a lot of hormones, a lot of it is physical, it's chemical. They need help. They need help to bring it down. They need help to be able to ground themselves and to gain more control over their emotions. Vetiver is also a grounding oil. That's good to diffuse during homework time, to kind of help ground as well, to help them to not be flying high and in their emotions as much. And one that I really am into lately is called Release. So it's good to, it smells amazing. It has a ylang-ylang in it. It has a lot of wonderful oils. It's a blend. And Release is a great oil that I would recommend as well to kind of release. These are the oils that support emotions. And it's a wonderful resource to have to help with these kinds of emotional areas. All right, so if I can help you in any way to start your oily journey or to look into more about essential oils and their benefits and how they can help you and your family, please send me a message, private message, and I would be happy. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you again for joining me, and I will see you next week. Have a blessed week.